Hello and welcome back to another We Ourselves video. Today I want to talk about an idea and a sentiment that has been around for a while in the MCU fandom. And it's one that I felt was dangerous and a little misplaced, because if too many people repeated this idea and too many people believed in this idea, it's almost as if you were prophesying your own disappointment with future MCU products. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about this belief that so many people, even prominent YouTubers, said in the days and weeks and months after Endgame and Infinity War. And that belief was that Marvel would never be able to do another Endgame and Infinity War saga. That Marvel would never be able to do anything that would top that, let alone equal it. And I remember when I used to hear people say that, and I used to grimace to myself, because it's like, why are you saying that? Why are you determining then, at the time, and even now because people still repeat it, why are you determining that you will never be impressed with something that Marvel does in the future? Why are you declaring to the universe that no matter what they do, it will never be as good as Endgame was? And I never understood. And it also made me wonder, did nobody ever read a history book? Our existence as conscious beings on this planet has shown us over and over again that whenever somebody proclaims that this invention, that this record, that this whatever it is the greatest thing that has ever happened and nobody will ever be able to top it, our history, our collective history, has shown that that has always been proven a lie. And there are plenty of books, there are plenty of studies, psychological studies, sociological studies, whatever out there that has shown why that's the case. And it's simple. Once somebody achieves a world record, once somebody achieves some kind of invention, once somebody achieves some kind of breakthrough, the very fact that they did it now enters that achievement into our collective consciousness. We are now aware that it is possible. And history has shown, inevitably, somebody tops that world record. Somebody tops that best time. Somebody tops the speed record. Somebody tops whatever it is, because they now know it's possible. And they typically do it in a shorter amount of time than the original record was set. That's our history. That's how we sentient beings on this planet, we operate. How many times do we have to hear or go back and look at these headlines proclaiming that this is the greatest thing ever, or have some historical figure say that this can never be topped, only to have it outdone? And particularly when it comes to technology, technology has been expanding and growing and developing and topping itself at a record rate. We've never seen anything like that. Again, see, I just said it. But we always tend to do that, which means that we can even have even greater leaps in advancement than even what we have now. That's the history of us on this planet called Earth. But yet we had so many people after Endgame proclaiming, even a year or more after, that we will never see that again, that Marvel will never be able to do that again, that Marvel will never be able to top what they did. And I don't know if you out there believe in the law of attraction or whatever, but when you repeat a lie often enough, it has the ability to become the truth because enough people believe it. And for me, I have to sit back and look at people who are now complaining about how disconnected Marvel is. And I have to wonder, how many of you out there believed or even said that Marvel will never be able to do this again? They will never be able to top Endgame, knowing that we still had the Fantastic Four and the X-Men coming. How many of you believe that? Even if you didn't say it, how many of you kind of nodded your head? My thing is, you proclaimed, you were stating emphatically to the universe that this can never be topped or equal. And now that we're sitting in the mess of the reality of the manifestation of that claim and that belief, we want to complain, you know? And I think some of the people who complain the loudest are the ones who said that out of their own lips and their own YouTube channels. If you go back and look at my videos, I've never said that. Yes, I complained, but my complaints have always been about the story and the direction. I didn't like Wakanda Forever. I thought it was a mess and I did a video about it, but even in that video, I said it was beautifully made. It was well done. The acting was well done. I just had a problem with the story. It's always, for me, it's always the story, not the quality of the work by the people who work on these things. So for me, I never said and I never will say that Marvel cannot either achieve another Endgame or go beyond it. And I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, but look at the fact that they messed up. Well, they messed up because they didn't follow their own formula. Again, in history, when people have topped a world record, or if they've gone beyond with an invention and they've taken it to the next level, they've always based what they did on what came before, and they take it, they rework it, and they make it better. They expand it. They go beyond what the original person did. But when it came to Marvel, they did not do that. They jettisoned what they did. And the same thing for DC. They did not follow the formula and make it better. They jettisoned the formula and just tried to jump to the end. That's why both of those things failed, and that's why these other cinematic universes failed. So when you have to ask the question, well, why did they make these boneheaded decisions? Maybe it's law of attraction. Maybe because we proclaimed as a fan group that they could never do as good or better than what they did in the past. We laid hold to that future. We declared it and we got it. And now that we got it, we're upset. We're frowning. We're walking away from Marvel when so many in our group proclaimed that it could never be as good as it was before. And you got what you asked for. And I know some of you might think it's weird. And the reason I'm mentioning it because yet again, I heard somebody say that recently that Marvel will never be able to do another Endgame level type of hype. So they should just give up on it. It's like, why? We haven't even gotten to the Fantastic Four and X-Men, and people have already given up. They've already declared that it's never be as good as it was before. So if that's the case, then shouldn't we be happy that our prediction, that our utterances to the universe have manifested in a woeful, disconnected MCU that has no hope of its former glory at this present time? That's what we asked for. That's what we got. And I'm not trying to be disingenuous or anything like that. I'm just saying that I've never liked it when people said that, and I have never said that in any of my videos. Why are we declaring our unsatisfaction ahead of time before anything ever comes out? It's been proven, even in science it has been proven, but in studies it's been proven the way you feel about something will determine, or it will go a long way in determining the outcome, whether it's an illness that you have, whatever it is. It's been shown scientifically. It's been shown that our thoughts at a quantum level can affect what happens in the physical world, that we can affect what happens in this physical 3D matrix, whatever you want to call it. So if you have so many people declaring that something ain't going to happen and it doesn't happen, to me, that's cause and effect. I remember one of the Supernatural episodes, and I don't know which one it is, but there was a story where there was this myth about, I guess it was a guy like with an axe who had killed his family or whatever. And so Dean and Sam, they have to go and they have to kill this ghost, this manifestation or whatever. But as they fight it, the thing keeps changing and the story keeps changing so that it has different powers and it keeps throwing them for a loop. Well, what they discover is that there's a website which is following the story, and they have tens of thousands of people that are coming on there. And what they are doing is they are changing the story as they tell it. And when you have all these people that are buying in to this new variation on the story, the way the ghost manifests changes so that Dean and Sam have to figure out what they're going to do, because that's not how it went. This should be able to kill it, but now it's impervious to it. Now it has a different weapon. And so what they find out, they have to go on the website and they have to go in and they have to insert key things into there that's going to help them defeat it. And because tens of thousands of people see what they put in there, they lend all of their thoughts, their energy, their vibration, if you want to go there, and it changes that ghost to a point to where they can defeat it, because that collective focus of all these people, these fans on this website was manifesting, and it was changing how this ghost manifested in the physical world. But you just have to wonder, are we getting what we prophesied? Are we getting what we thought in our hubris and our certainty and our authoritative commentaries in our videos that this can never happen again. I mean, there were some prominent people saying that this is unbelievable and this will never happen again in the history of the MCU. And I'm saying, why are you saying that? Why are you laying claim to that future? I mean, even for people who are religious and don't get into all the vibration and stuff like that, God declares the end from the beginning. That's what we were doing. And we got what we called for. We got what we prophesied. We got what we declared. An MCU that can never be as good as what we had before. And so the reason I'm saying this is maybe we need to change what we say. I never say that we can never have an endgame, and we never know what's going to happen in the future. And again, a history of us on this earth shows that we always improve. We always go above and beyond. If you're one of those people who said that or thought that, or you feel it now because, hey, look what happened. I say what happened is because we decided as a group, a large part of us decided that it could never be as good as it was, and we got what we asked for. I wish other creators and other people, and even people out there who aren't creators, don't think that anymore. Don't say that anymore. Don't expect that anymore. Because I'm one of those who fully believe that when you have a group, a collective that believe a certain thing, you bring it about one way or the other through self-sabotage, whatever it is, you bring it about. And so I would just say to everybody out there, and I know this is a little on the edge, but stop it. Okay? Stop saying that. Stop saying that we can never have something that was as good or even better than Endgame. We can, because the people who create this stuff, they can take that and they can take it to the next level, or they can make something that's just as good, different, but just as monumental. We've already been shown with Spider-Man No Way Home. We've already been shown with Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. It's possible. Other properties are doing it. So we need to stop saying that about Marvel. And I know a lot of people say, oh, it's dead and it's gone and I'm done with it. I don't know what to say to you. If you keep declaring that, if you keep believing that, then the only thing I can say is don't be surprised when that manifests itself in this 3D matrix environment that we live in. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Tell me what you think, and as always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.